literally before my sister just called me and just found out that my first cousin, just got shot in
Oh
the
my God,
protest.
bro.
So it was,
Wow.
yeah,
I'm
it's,
so
yeah.
sorry to hear
And
that, buddy.
I literally just found out like 40 seconds ago, which is,
Wow.
yeah, it's, uh,
That's horrible, man. Jesus. I'm so
yeah,
sorry to hear that, dude.
yeah. Well, no, man, it's all of our people, buddy. It's all of our people. It's not just one person. It's 20,000 people. Like it's.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
let me
it's
put let me put my cats away, dude. My cats are gonna make a lot of noise. Oh shit, man. I'm not gonna don't if you're gonna talk
let me
about that.
let me just fix the screen real quick, man. I gotta I'd make a few adjustments because it's not very like people can't see very clearly. So let me just kind of make a
Do I need
few.
to? I can get closer to the
No, no, you're
thing if
good.
you want.
You're totally good. It's my end. I do these live streams in vertical format, so it just kind of I gotta play around with these screens because I have less real estate to play with.
All right.
Um, let me just do this. Almost there, man.
Yeah, I don't want my sister and my mom finding out. My mom's gonna fucking die. It's her favorite nephew, so it's like fuck, dude.
Oh my God, bro. Dude, that's horrible. Sorry, bro. I'm almost done. This is just okay. Gonna go like this and make your screen a little bit bigger.
So how
Doing my
many hours a
best
day do you
there.
do this?
I do this, it just depends. Sometimes I do this for an hour, but a lot of times it's 2 to 3, sometimes, longer. It just really depends. It's hard to say, to be honest.
Uh, Were you on
There,
break now, or what's going on?
no, no, I'm not on break. I'm just going through, showing all the different things that are happening in Iran right now. And I just got done talking to. Okay, so I got you situated now, but I was just talking to Mahta, a singer rapper who is Iranian, who has a big voice. She's from Europe. We were just live with her. I was just live with my parents. I have another guy, Frank, that's going to come on. We're looking at some of the clips that are coming out. We look at what Lindsey Graham is saying. We're looking at what Reza Pahlavi is saying. I just read the letter from Gugush. I don't know if you heard that, but did you see that letter from Gugush recently?
No,
Okay,
no.
okay, I'll read that to you. In a little bit, but or if you want, I can read that to you right now.
Whatever.
It
It's up to you, bro.
So tell me what happened, man. You just heard right now that this happened. Your cousin just passed
yeah,
away or was just shot.
yeah. Just shot. Yeah. Well, he passed. Yeah, he died. Yeah, but
Oh my
let's not
God.
say explicitly who it was because my mom and my sister don't know. My one sister told me. I don't want my other sister and my mom finding out.
Wow, man. I'm
We can
so
say
sorry to
if
hear
you
that.
want, we can say a family member or whatever. But
Well, we're on live right now, bro. So
oh
that I
shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Sorry.
it's okay. You're good. You're good, man. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry to hear the news,
Yeah.
bro. That's horrible. That is absolutely horrible.
It's
Um,
one of 20,000 people or more. I mean, it's just these are our countrymen. These are our people. They need our help, and I'm frustrated by the lack of attention that the West is giving to this topic.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. We were just talking about this, man. We had you know half of the country going crazy, screaming "Free Palestine." Actually, the whole world, for that matter, was
yeah,
doing that, and they're still doing it to this day. And we recently in America had one woman die, who put herself in harm's way with ICE, and then now you got this whole uprising for that one woman, and now you have, if these people actually are there and care about humanity, like they say, well, then where are you now?
right, right. It's no, it's ridiculous. As I saw a clip of a young American girl. Literally, she said, "Well, who cares about Iran? We want a free Palestine." And what I wanted to say to her is that the nation of Palestine never existed. in the history, written history of the world. It's like this lie that they've created in their minds. And again, I don't want to take away from all the bad things that are happening there, because it is a travesty. But let's get real here. Let's get real here. We just had over 20,000 people die within a week. Let's
Yeah.
get real.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about one person who was breaking the law, who was attacking an officer, a federal agent, and that's supposed to be some grand disaster. Like, has society lost its mind? What
Totally.
is going on?
They've completely lost their mind, bro. It's out of control. And the other problem that we have, that this discussion we have with Mahta is that where are the Arab countries that are there surrounding Iran? Where are they at?
Yeah,
And what?
they just. I heard Saudi Arabia has told the U.S. that they can't use their airspace, and UAE as well. There hasn't been a single Muslim country that has denounced the regime. Where's this
Yeah,
religion of peace that we're hearing about? Religion of love and peace. Where is this religion of peace of Islam? Where's Farrakhan? Where's whoever? Where are all these people? Where are they?
exactly. Exactly. And here's what people don't understand when I talk about Islam and when we talk about Iranians' feelings against Islam, and now pretty much half the world who is upset about Islam. Here's what is really upsetting, and here's the problem. If Islam is a peaceful religion, and if you're mad about us talking about Islam, why is it? Why is it when the bad actors of we know where there's plenty of Muslim people that we're okay with, we have friends, family, all that kind of stuff, but when there's these terrorist Muslims, these radical extremists that are doing these horrible things, and you're someone else, not you, but someone else that is Muslim, why don't you stand up and say, hey, I am Muslim, but these people that are doing these horrible things, we're not good with that. We're not okay with other Muslims doing bad things. Why can't where are you when other Muslims are doing bad things and you claim to be a religion of peace? Where are you at? That's what I want to know.
Right. Right. And I always use this as example. Let's say you're a kindergarten teacher or you're a first grade teacher, and you have 15 students, and there's one student that's constantly at fight with all the other students. Okay, there's a common denominator here. They're fighting the Christians, they're fighting the Jews, they're fighting the Buddhists, they're fighting the Hindus, they're even fighting themselves. So what is the common denominator here? And this is really what's disgusting is when I ask my Muslim friends, and by the way, I have a lot of wonderful, faithful people of God, Muslims that are wonderful people. But when I ask them about this, you know what they say to me? They play the relative game. Oh, well, there's a radical side with Christians too. There's it's like, dude, denounce what is evil. Denounce
Whoa, 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 whoa.
co-believers.
Sorry, bro.
You know,
Are you there?
it's go second. Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, I just
Oh,
had
we paused.
yeah, kind of yeah. Hold on, sorry. Are you there now?
Yeah, I'm there. I can hear you.
Okay. All right, just checking because I had this thing that I just plugged in, and I think either I bumped something or something went out. Yeah, where are you at? They don't denounce it, bro, and that's a problem. That's a major problem, and I don't know why. I don't know why they can't do that. And if like I said, if it truly is a religion of peace, they should be denouncing it, and they don't. And that makes us wonder. Well, I mean, is it really a religion of peace? Do you guys look at everyone else as infidels? Are these Arab countries actually okay with Islamic regime of Iran doing all of those horrific things to the people of Iran? Are they okay with that? Doesn't make any sense to us.
It's if you don't stand up against evil, you're co-signing for it. You're
Yeah.
absolutely co-signing for it. So it's to me it's disgusting, and I don't know if what part of you caught when we broke up, but I do have some great Muslim friends that are wonderful people, and every time I bring it up to them, why aren't you guys standing up? They play their relative game, saying, well, there's a fringe in every group. Like they excuse it as the French. But unfortunately, when they took a poll about 10 years ago in Europe, and this is the number of Muslims that believe Sharia law supersedes their national laws. This is citizens living in Europe. It was something like 47% of Muslims in Europe that believe that Sharia law supersedes their national law. Now that's 47% of the people asked that admitted to it. I venture to say that number is actually higher. When you
Yeah.
have such a disregard for the rule of law, it can be a religion of peace. It can't. I mean, how many people have died for speaking up about Islam? You and I are putting ourselves in danger by talking bad about Islam.
Bro,
It's ridiculous.
you're 100% right. Just a couple of years ago, were even way more in danger. Do you know how many times Salman Rushdie had his life almost taken because he's happened to speak about it or write
Right.
about it in a book? Like, the guy did nothing wrong, and the guy spoke his mind, and they literally put out a hit on him. There's plenty of people in America. Currently, I just said this in the chat the other day. Donald Trump has a hit out on his life from the Islamic regime. It's our president.
No,
But
it's crazy. It's crazy.
it's absolutely bonkers, bro. Like, you got people around the world that are just literally, like, one guy did a caricature. So he drew something, that
The
was
Danish
something.
guy, right?
Yep,
The guy from
exactly.
Denmark, yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, it makes no sense whatsoever. And then if you talk about it, you're Islamophobic. It's like, go, bro, we're
It,
not,
you know what's really weird for me is that the two sides that are least um, alike are teaming up. You have the liberal left, you have the LGBTQ community teaming up with Islam, which to me is absurd. I was in Portland a couple of years ago, and I saw a truck driving by had a Palestinian flag and an LGBTQ flag, and I wanted to laugh and I wanted to say, you would be the first people that would be killed if Islam was in power in
yeah.
this country. Like how do you not understand that?
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
It's they would get rid they would get rid of the radical left, the homosexual groups, the transgender groups. Those would be the first people gone under an Islamic regime.
Bro, the thing is, a long time ago, I stopped trying to make sense out of it because it just absolutely doesn't make any sense. These people are completely lost. Their minds are captured, and it's absolute. I was talking to an Iranian, and they go, "Oh yeah, well, we have technology now, and people, know history now, and they won't fall into the same traps once this is done. It won't happen again." And I had to remind them. I said, "Well, look at America, because we have people in America, a lot of people that are calling for socialism. They're calling for Islam. They want Muslim socialists. They want, we just literally elected Mamdani. So what have we learned? We have all this technology, all this history to learn from, and where are we at?"
No, there's absolutely no learning, and unfortunately, I became a Republican when I heard Ronald Reagan talk in 1984. I had just been in the U.S. for a couple of years after living in Europe, and my entire family, which included my sisters, they were part of that Iranian crowd that were like socialists, and the whole wearing the Che Guevara shirts and all that BS. And I remember living in West Germany for 3 years and going on school trips, seeing the East German border. I went through Bulgaria. I went through Romania. I went through Hungary. I saw the East German border. I know socialism, communism doesn't work. And so when I heard Reagan talk from a very young age, and it stuck with me, I'm like, this guy is right. And I was really the only person in my family that became a Republican. And I'm not a Republican with like every like there's a lot of things that I disagree with President Trump. There are a lot of things that I disagree with the Republican Party. But for the most part, the whole idea of socialism, it doesn't work. It has never worked. And you know what the most recent cry is? My I love my brother-in-law. His deal is that, well, there's many forms of socialism. There's many forms of communism. The right one hasn't been tried yet. I'm like, literally every single one has led to death, has led to dictatorship, and had led to elitism, which is
Yep.
crazy, which is
Yeah.
absolutely nuts.
Yeah, that's the thing. And here's what they do is they create this type of a scenario where you don't understand and you can't possibly understand because this is a different type of socialism, or this is what they did with
Right.
the genders. Oh, well, you
Right.
call my I'm not a he or him. I'm a z, zer, or something. It's like, what
Right.
do you mean? We're like, well, never mind. You won't understand it, so you can't even talk about it. It's like, oh, so you created
Right.
something so that it's unrecognizable, and you want to not basically not allow people to even talk about it. It's
No,
like it's that's what they've done with
it's actual.
socialism.
It's intellectual terrorism when you, as soon as you express your feelings and beliefs, you're either homophobe, you're Islamophobe, you're a racist, they start adding these tags to people to keep them
Yep.
from talking. And you know what, I think, Mehdi, I think it's backfired on them. Look what's going on in Europe. Look what's going on. Yet the US, being 5 years behind us always, we go and hire an Islamic socialist mayor in our biggest city. Let's see. All you got to do is take a look at London, take a look at Paris. In Sweden, they're kicking out all. They're doing a reverse. They're deporting all the Syrians and the Islamists that have come in there. I guess we're gonna have to learn through pain. In New York. Let's see what happens in New York in about 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're already starting to see some type of what do you want to call it? What's the contradictions? Popping up right and left. So we'll see what happens there. But one thing that I want to touch back, going back to Iran, when this Islamic regime took power, they came in and they were promising what? Socialism. They were promising free utilities, free resources, free gas,
Right.
free electricity, free water. They said, well, you guys are great Iranian people. Why don't you have free utilities,
Everything. Right.
free everything? And they were like, and Iranians that were on the left, will just right, that are similar to what we're talking about now. They were like, oh yeah, they're right. Why we should have free everything. And then what happened? They brought in, they're like, yeah, this Islamic dictator is absolutely right. Yeah, let's get him in and kick the Shah out. So regardless of, people want to say it was America, England, all these different powers that caused the revolution and took the Shah out, there were lots of liberal lefty Persians in Iran that were welcoming Islamic socialism with open
Absolutely.
arms.
Absolutely. No, look, I lived through it. I was old enough to go through a revolution, and if it wasn't for the people of Iran fighting against the Shah, I don't care how many outside forces try to disenlarge a government, they won't be able to do it. They need the help of the populace to do it. Otherwise, North Korea would have been toppled long ago. All right, like there's it's you need the public to be ready for it, and unfortunately, my parents' generation, they were ready for it. I remember my grandmother, God rest her soul, she used to say, oh, you guys have gotten so fat and so happy that now you want to demonstrate, because she remembered how it was under the Qajars. She remembers how it was before, and it was really sad to see. So we, you know what, no, like you said, no, like, I don't like the British Empire. I've never been a fan. I love America. I think it's the greatest empire or greatest country in the history of the world, or at least in our lifetime.
Yep.
But whatever hand they had in it, it couldn't have been done without the help of the Iranian people, who at the time rose up against the Shah.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And that's my point is they did not understand that this I mean, bro, they had socialism right there above them in Russia and China and all these other places that failed miserably. And then in 79, they're like, no, 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 this is just like they're doing in America. They're like, no, no,
Right.
this is different socialism. We want
Right.
this is better. It's like, what the hell are you guys
It, it,
talking
it has
about?
it has to do with ego. So it's like somebody, when my family members say that, oh, it's not the right type of communism, not the right people were involved. Oh, but you're better. You're a better person than these other people. You could have made it work. And you know what? Let's even say you get a George Washington type. who could possibly do something like that, who basically stayed away from the trappings of power. Let's even say you have somebody like that. At some point, that dude's gonna die, and the one that comes in after him is gonna take advantage of society. So it will never work. A couple of things that we've seen: socialism doesn't work. Because I look as a businessman, I believe in wealth redistribution is an evil thing. It's theft. All
Yeah.
right. If you believe that just because somebody is better off, you have the right to go and take money away from them and distribute to somebody else, that is thievery. That's theft. Okay. And
Yep.
an Islamic government does not work.
Yeah.
An Islamic government does not work. Those are the
Does
two
not
things
work.
that has been proven to me.
Absolutely. And not only does it not work, but it's proven to a lot of Iranians to do horrible, evil things to its people, and it's absolute travesty what's taking place now. I just going back to again to what's currently taking place. I woke up this morning and my fiance was in my arms in tears, and just literally woke up, looked at her phone for 2 seconds, and realized that there are upwards of up to, they say, 50,000 or more people dead now at the hands of the Islamic
Oh,
regime, and it's we're just devastated, man. So I know that Islamic regime is doing everything they can to demoralize the Iranian people that are there on the ground, that are fighting back, and demoralize all of us around the world. And it works. They're doing a good job because, as you probably know, as a fellow Iranian, Persian, that people around us right now are devastated. They're crying. They are asking their family members to run away, don't go out, and don't do anything, don't go fight. A couple weeks ago, we're like, yeah, let's go, let's fight back. And even though, from here, we don't want to tell anyone what to do in Iran because, we're not there. We're not the ones putting our lives on the line in the streets. But we're cheering them on, in a way. And so nowadays we're not even, we're like, dude, please, just, this is crazy. People are dying, and they're
no,
they're
it's terrible.
they're demoralizing us.
It's yeah.
Yeah, and
No,
it's go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's like we're talking doom and gloom here, but I have a feeling that this is the last. Honestly, I think the Islamic regime is on its last breath, and usually they know they have no other choice. Yeah, the top 20, the top 100 people could flee the country with lots of money. What about all those murderers that have stayed there? There's a good 1, 2, 3% of the population that has been explicitly hurting other their compatriots, their Iranian countrymen that are not going to be able to escape. So I think those are the ones that are fighting the hardest right now because they know it's kind of like when the fall of France came in 1944 to the Allies after the Germans had taken it over. There were a lot of French people that were running away because they were collaborators, and there's a lot of Iranians right now that are fighting super hard because they know there's a point of no return. They don't have the millions of dollars or billions of dollars to run away. They're like, if we stay, we're gonna die. So we're gonna have to fight. So I do believe that the regime is on its last legs. But the unfortunate thing is, how many more of our people are gonna have to die before this change occurs?
Yeah, they know their days are numbered, and they're fighting so hard right now to stop the revolution that's taking place because, as you said, they know that it's a matter of time, and if and when this happens, they're screwed, bro. They're going to be held accountable. They're going to be punished. People know these people's faces. You
Oh yeah,
can't they don't have their faces covered like these animals that are going against ICE in Minneapolis, trying to literally take out ICE right now. They're gotten violent now.
right.
They don't have that, dude. People know what these people in Iran look like. They're
Yeah,
screwed, bro. There's nowhere you can
yeah.
go, and if you're gonna go run and hide somewhere in this world, on this planet, it better be the deepest, darkest hole in the ground where nobody will find you. Oh, and you'll be living
Yeah.
by yourself. You'll just die out by
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah. You know what? My message to those people that are killing are their own people and our people. You better run to Afghanistan. You better
Yeah.
you better go somewhere and never pop your head out again because our people will remember and we're gonna fight you. But like, look, I want to beg everybody out there, those Iranians. I know you guys are all doing. I know that all Iranians are doing everything we can right now within our power. I'm asking to those of you that aren't American, you guys need to reach out. Please help our people. I'm begging you, please help our people get their voices out. They're being slaughtered on a mass scale. You're talking war level scale. Uh,
Beyond.
50 beyond 50,000 people died in the Vietnam War for the US. Okay, the US casualties were 50,000 people. We're reaching that in Iran, civilians within 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, to
Helpless.
just give you a little perspective.
Helpless, unarmed civilians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you want to talk about the reason why you should have a Second Amendment, imagine if Iranians had they wouldn't be sitting ducks. So and everybody talks about Second Amendment being for hunting. Not that I want to veer away too much on a tangent, but literally the Second Amendment talks about to fight against the tyranny of a central government,
Thank
and
you.
there you have it. It has
Thank you.
nothing to do with hunting. It has nothing to do with collecting antiques. Nothing to do with that. It has to do with having a chance against a tyrannical government. There's a tyrannical government. And you know what's funny? It's like the tightest gun controls laws are always with those socialist, communist, Islamist countries that want to repress their people.
That are suppressing, repressing, crushing their people. And I'm really glad you brought this up because I talk about this on my stream, on my channel all the time. And ever since this the protest turned into a revolution with Iran, I talk about 2A, the Second Amendment. I always say, when Iran gets their country back and they're setting up a new government, a good government for themselves, a lasting government, nothing is going to work unless they have their Second Amendment. Nothing is going to work. You can have freedom of speech. These are the most important things that I say they need. Freedom of speech, freedom of the right to a fair trial, freedom of religion, of course, and none of these and none of the other things that there's a lot of other things too. None
Right.
of those are going to stay around, and none of those can be depended upon unless you have the right to bear arms, the right to have your own guns. And Persians, Shar, I talk to Persians a lot, and you'll see if you go back and look at my live streams, you can watch my discussions. I bring up Second Amendment to Persians that are from Iran, and they don't understand it. They say, "Oh, you can't give guns to Persians; they'll kill each other." And I tell them specifically, I said, "Listen, Persians are not animals. They're not like the people that are in that region surrounding them. They are
Right.
different than that. And even regardless of what the situation is, you want this government leaving and another government coming in its place. Who's to say that, this new situation that ends up coming for Iran, does it end up being another suppressive, repressive, horrible, tyrannical government? And if it does, you need to make sure you're armed so you can protect yourself. Don't create another situation where you're out in the streets by yourself unarmed and you have no way of protecting yourself.
Imagine if these rallies of 20, 30,000 people at a time, because we know there's been millions that have been out in the streets all across the country. Imagine a rally of 20, 30,000 people that are armed. Okay, what is this? What can they do against them? Nothing, because if listen, at the end of the day, I have a right to shoot somebody that's breaking down my door and trying to come inside my house and do harm to me.
Yep.
I have a right for that, and
100%.
unfortunately, the Eastern countries that for the most part have been a suppressive regimes where you had dictatorships and so on and so forth. They have put that in people's minds that you don't need guns. No, you do need guns.
You do.
And you know what? And the founding fathers of America, God rest their souls, what brilliant people to have thought about this. And they made sure they said it's not for hunting or for collecting. They said it's the right to bear arms against the tyranny of a central government. It can't be stated anymore
Any more
clearly.
clearly. It's wonderful.
Right,
It's like that because they lived through a time where they needed it against a tyrannical
right,
government,
right,
against England, Britain at the time. And so they know firsthand, bro, we need it for these reasons. Now,
Right.
I understand when Persians say that you can't give guns right away to Iranians. There's a discussion to be had about when and how you end up, opening up the Second Amendment to Iranians in Iran. But it needs to happen. It needs to
It, it's
happen.
it, yeah. I mean, look, smarter people than you and I can discuss the mechanics of how to bring it forth. But you definitely need a mechanism in place to where the right to protest, the right to freedom of expression, and all those things can be backed up by people defending themselves. Because at
Yeah,
some point, where the government turns the police against the populace, you're going to have to defend yourself, plain and simple.
absolutely, absolutely, man. I had a few other discussions. One thing that is on all of the Iranians' minds is, will America help? When will America help? Is Trump going to do what he said? So these are some things that we talk about. And my take on this, bro, is that America is going to help. Trump is going to do what he said he's going to do. He does. He may not do it as fast as we want it to be done, but he will do it. I know that Trump has wanted to disarm and stop this Islamic government in Iran even before he was president. He said it. So, and every time Trump has said something that he's going to do, he has done it. When he campaigned this last year, when he was campaigning as president, or 2 years ago now, he said he's going to do these things if we elect him as president. We elected him as president. He became president in January of 2025, and he did all of those things, and he's still doing the things that he said he's going to do. Now, in Iran last year, he bombed their nuclear sites, their nuclear locations, and he said he was going to do it. But when it came time for him to do it, at that time, he didn't give us any hints that I'm going in now, or watch, here we go, or like, look, guys, this is the day I'm going to do it. He didn't. In fact, he made it seem like he's not going to do it. And so when he did it, it was a huge surprise to all of us. So when it comes to this time, I firmly believe that he's going to help, and he's going to do what he said he's going to do. And I also know that he's not going to tell you, and he's going to throw you off. In my opinion, he's really good at misdirection. So I wanted to hear your thoughts on
You know
that.
what? I hope you're right, because I was kind of upset at him when Israel was going to basically topple the regime, and he said no and hold off, and I couldn't understand his reasoning behind it. So I hope you're right, and unfortunately, every day that goes by that he doesn't do anything, more of our people are dying and being slaughtered. So
Yeah.
that's a hard pill for people to take when you say, yeah, just hang in there, keep fighting against guns with just rocks. We're going to be there, and it's I hope to God you're right, but I've heard rumors that there's people in his cabinets that are pushing for him to keep hands off. People like JD Vance, I heard he's talking about not attacking. And
Wow.
these discussions always happen within the cabinet, where you have certain camps that take place within the cabinet and advise the president on different matters. But I had heard that, and I'm telling you, if I find out that the idea that JD Vance is telling him to hold off, I don't care who the Dems are putting against them. Coming 2028, I'm not going to vote for this guy, because at the end of the day, I'm Iranian first, and I've always maintained my position. Whoever I believe is the worst for the Islamic Republic of Iran, that's who I'm going to side with, because my
Yeah.
people don't have a voice in Iran.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just add to what you just said and say that I think it's America first if they do the right thing and remove the government, because if they remove the government, it's gonna make not only that region a safer place, it's gonna make the whole world, the planet, a safer place. So people that want to come on the channel or come out in public and say, "Oh, why would America help Iran? I thought he's gonna be America first." In my opinion, helping Iranian people and removing or helping them to overthrow their government, that is America first, in my opinion. And so I want to play another something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, do you agree with that?
Absolutely. You're absolutely right, because what? Getting rid of Hitler and the Japanese Empire during World War II was America first.
Exactly.
I mean, come on,
Exactly,
give me a
brother.
break.
100% great. You know what? I don't bring that up, but you're exactly right. Was getting rid of Hitler not a great thing, not just for the world, but for America? We would be
Absolutely.
speaking German right now if if America didn't jump in and help.
Absolutely, and those who don't know about history, are doomed to repeat it. So it's like this idea of appeasement to dictators to me has always been wrong. Has always been wrong.
Yep. I want to play a clip from there's a guy that I follow that is a veteran of our armed forces. He's an American, and he is someone that I follow that I find to be credible. And he has come out. He said a couple of things recently. He first said that the Kurdish people, okay, are now invading. I know they're in Iran, but they're
Right.
helping the Iranian people, okay. And he has this knowledge that the Kurds are now out there trying, battling against the Islamic regime. Okay, have you heard about that before?
I have not, but I wouldn't doubt it.
Okay,
The Kurds are extremely brave, so God bless them.
okay. God bless them. And then the second, I'm going to play both of these clips for you so you could hear it. You may not be able to see it because you could just see me and you can't see the live that's happening. But I'm going to play it so you could hear it. The second clip is where he discusses the fact that the people that are saying Trump is not going to help Iran and not going to interfere or not interfere, but not going to help the Iranian people, they're lying to you. And so let's play these both out, and we'll go from there.
The media has been lying to you about military preparations for an attack on Iran, and I've been telling you the truth. Yesterday, all day.
Can you hear this?
Yes, I can. Yes.
You can. Okay.
Saw headlines, Trump is pulling back from the brink because the protesters were not going to be executed. We even saw news articles that said that Trump relayed a message to Iran saying that he did not intend to attack. These were all lies. One of Trump's top Republican allies in the Senate has just come out and said that the news stories of Trump not intending to attack Iran are, quote, wildly inaccurate. These were assumptions made by news media people that just had no idea what they were looking at. But if you've been watching my videos, I've been keeping you guys updated with force movements, when airspace is being closed, with naval destroyer movements and how things are moving and what it means. If you want to understand where we are in politics.
So, what do you make of that? Were you able to hear all that clearly?
Yeah, no, that's first of all, it makes sense. It makes sense because look, I don't know how many of your listeners or people like that have been in real dangerous situations in a fight. The guy that usually goes around saying, "Hey, I'm going to come in and punch you in the face," usually isn't going to do it. Like if you're in danger and you need to get in a fight,
Iran
usually just swing. So it makes sense that the U.S. because you still have a formidable military presence in Iran, and Iran is very difficult to attack. So that makes a lot of sense. I hope to God that he's right.
Okay, so I'm going to play another clip of this is him that says that where the Kurds came in last night. Okay, let me hit play on this. Let me refresh it.
Iran was invaded last night. Kurdish forces breached Iran's border last night. Why is that important? During Operation Iraqi Freedom, Kurdish forces were one of the United States' closest allies. In fact, Kurdish forces bled alongside U.S. soldiers and Marines. Kurdish forces took orders from U.S. generals. So now we have the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group heading towards the Persian Gulf. And now we have forces on the ground inside Iran that have taken orders from the United States in the past. What's going to happen next? Drop a follow, subscribe on Instagram.
So you hear that as well?
I did, and he's right about the Abraham Lincoln, because last when I was checking, the U.S. Abraham Lincoln was in the South China Sea, near the Philippines, and they said it would take 5 to 6 days for it to get to the Persian Gulf area. So, um, it gives me hope. Um, I just hope that it's going to be done faster, sooner than later. Let's just say.
Same with me, bro. We're all just tripping out, wondering what's going to happen here. So we don't really know, and we just hope that. I just hope all this stuff is right. I know that what he's saying, what you just heard from this guy, it is true. It's obvious, and you can't miss a ship. You can't miss these planes. You
Right.
can't miss these assets that are moving around. It's not like something small that you're not going to see. These are big ass military elements that are moving around the globe, and everyone is seeing them. So. Uh, we're happy to hear that as Iranians, as Persians, and we we hope that that means it's going to go down soon. Now,
Absolutely.
so anyway, bro, I know that you took time out of your day to come and speak to me, and I'm really really sorry to hear about what just happened to that person that you mentioned, your family member. And I'm it's devastating, bro. I know. Hopefully, none of these Iranian people's deaths will be in vain. Hopefully, it will be for a very good reason. I believe 2026 is going to be one of those very, very wonderful years in history, and I hope that it starts out with the freedom and liberation of the Iranian people. I really do.
Absolutely, my friend. Listen, you're doing a great thing, and I know your heart's in a great place, and keep doing what you're doing, not only for Iran but also for America, because this is, after all, our second country now. So I appreciate it. Thank you for your sentiments, and I'm not the only one that has lost family members. I can surely tell you that. So
You're
I
absolutely
appreciate
right.
it. Thank you.
You're absolutely right. Thank you, Ro. Thank you. Appreciate
All
you.
right,
And
buddy.
have a good day. I'll see you soon.
All right, brother. Take care.
Bye bye.